And good afternoon, good morning, good evening to anyone listening to and watching to this audio. This week there has been a lot of things that has happened, and our previous analysis 2 days ago played out perfectly. Okay, especially on gold. So we are in the weekends, as traders in the weekends. Normally we rest. We also do some small analysis to check out our losses and wins, and we learn from what has been transpiring this week and what has transpired. Yeah, going forward, there's a lot of things going to happen. Now, if you have heard in the news, there's a lot of tensions going on, as I said in previous videos, between US, Iran, and Israel, and the Gulf states too are also involved. So as currently speaking, we all know that there's tensions going on in the Middle East, and prices of commodities, of currencies were also being affected by this news. So, especially this commodity gold, gold has a lot of reactivity with this new circumstances, and in most times, normally, if care is not taken, you may do an analysis which will not favor you because of the news at the moment. Okay, so we need to also consider all these things and see what you can do. But beforehand, let's check out our the news for this week. What's going to happen next week, so that we become much aware of the news that is coming along. Okay, so uh, what is this? Okay, let me change the yeah. So news coming along next week that you need to be aware of it so that we can much prepare. So we have uh, existing home sales that is in America, okay, and this talks about how the purchases of homes in America is faring. If there's more, if the economy is strong, people are going to buy more. But if the economy is not good, people are going to buy less. So currently, looking at what's happening in America, protests going on and stuff. So there's a forecast that the the factor or the rate factor at which people may be buying homes and also selling has reduced because everyone is looking for his or her safety. Okay, so this is the news that's watching us. Although it has a medium to low impact, but it also takes a lot of rains to affect the currencies and the commodities. Okay, moving on to that. This one will be on Monday. Okay, so moving on to Tuesday, the federal chair will come and give an announcement that is testimony. So you should be expecting that too. And yeah, a lot of things are going to happen next week because how the market is very. It seems the news is going to drive the market next week. Okay, so I think the same thing too here. So yeah, and on Friday, this is where the manufacturing and the GDP growth comes in. Okay, so as we expecting, the forecast is rated as negative at is rated at negative 0.2. So they are forecasting that the growth rate of the first quarter of the GDP is going to reduce by 0.2. And if that is so, it means we're going to get 2.2 as an actual forecast. So let's hope. Let's hope. And also the durable goods order, they are also expecting a higher feedback or a positive feedback. Yeah. So all these are going to affect the prices of markets next week. So we should all take that to note. Okay. Sure, take that note. And as I said, a lot of things are going to happen next week. So you should be much aware of how to mitigate the market during next week so that you can be able to understand what's going to happen during the next week period. Okay, so let's go to let's start with GP, British Pound USD. Let's do our first analysis over there and see what we have. Okay, so this is our 1 hour time frame for British Pound and the USD dollar. So last week I remember we made a analysis and it was included in the good analysis that we did last time. So if you want to watch to see its proof of how we correctly made a forecast, you can watch the previous video after this. This is the episode 4 of analysis that I'm running on. So you can watch episode 3 to find out what really transpired out of our forecast. So yeah, so looking at our chart right now, we can see that yeah, it came to take out sell liquidity over here and later bounce back to this side. And based on the rules of price action, this is our entry. This zone is our entry. So if we are to take a trade on Monday, that is on GBP USD with probable forecast and the type of strategy we are using, you should be expecting a buy trend towards this side. Okay, so the market is in favor of us. Yeah, and we just hope that we are making much effort to get 90% accuracy. Okay, so sometimes the trade may not trigger during the first 2 days, but as the weeks or the days go by, we get to see that you are in much profit. So that is much less riskier. Okay. And our previous video, when I talk about the quarterly trading theory, you should also know how to manage your risk and also get it done properly. Okay, so our forecast over here for next week, what's going to happen is that the market is going to test this zone. The market is going to test this zone, then we'll move up to this zone. Yeah, so market is going to be a little bit hot next week, so we should be expecting for that. And also, yeah, so we are anticipating a buy option or a buy momentum for British Pound US dollar. So this is the immediate forecast based on the analysis that we have today, and it may go up to the highs of 1.35, 1.35, 1.35 to 1.35 to 586 in that corner. So so we should be expecting a match equilibrium on that. Then we move on to higher levels. So this is the forecast for our GBP USD, and we are going to move on to the next currency pair. So yeah, normally I'll be going for the favorite pairs that mostly we trade. So let's go to British pound and Japanese yen. Yeah. Okay. And if you notice, I've always been trading on the 1 hour time frame because I really like it a lot. It tells me how the market is faring. So yeah. So based on this, I think we also have news coming for the this pair, that is SP Global Manufacturing PMI Flash, which will be happening on the 23rd June, that is around 8:30. So the main reason why as a trader you need to be doing analysis even though the market is closed on Friday is that it lets you keep prepared for upcoming signals that you need to be aware of. So that you won't be found wanting. Some trade on Mondays, some trade on Wednesdays. So it's not every single day that as a trader you need to trade. Okay. So bear in mind. So the best time to do your next week analysis, the week that we're about to enter analysis is during the weekends, especially on Sundays. People love it on Sundays. People love it on Saturdays. Saturday, then they go back to find any news and finalize their entries and their exits. Okay, so it's normally okay and very good to know about this. Okay, and in options, we have something called that the OTC, over the counter trade. Currently speaking, some of these currencies are still going on and they are still being active. But on the price market, it is yeah. So when the market opens on Monday, the banks, the institutional banks now adjust the price to their levels that they want. Okay. So in this based on the power of price action, you should be anticipating for a short, a short position and target this area. Okay. So you should be targeting for a short position and be targeting this area. So it tells her that there's a lot of things to do, and as you are watching this video, you should be also be noticing down your entries and your trade analysis. This is going to guide you, but it is not 100% proof that we may have or we may hit the target. Okay, so for instance, if you are in the market trading, you should stick to one strategy that will always help you to find what you want. Okay, so it is always to be following one strategy upon the other and stuff. Okay, so yeah, and the current news now today, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, that was a news on the Bank of England Bailey making comments on the stable coins and also bitcoins and yeah. So one, he said I mean to be convinced that you need to create new forms as money such as central bank, retail, digital currency. So yeah, the Bank of England is pushing to establish a CBDC, central bank digital currency. And when that system is in place, just ask yourself this question: do you think the power to trade in Forex will be open as it is now? When that system comes into place, it really tells us that only limited people or only limited traders should be allowed to enter into forex market, and it's going to disenfranchise most of us from even participating in the forex market. So, guys, this is just a tip of what is going to happen when that system is being put in place. Most of us may need to be going through a certain type of certification or we need to acquire licenses in order to participate in the market or forex trading. So this is just an impending global crisis that's about to happen to your forex traders. Okay, so if you are currently trading now, what you need to do, okay, someone asks, so what if I trade and get more profit and hold it in my account? The account that you are claiming to hold your money to is going to be controlled, it's going to be frozen when that system is being placed into order. So mostly people prefer to buy metals, that is gold, solid gold that they can keep. They can keep in their rooms or in their vaults, so that in a case of this system is being put in place, they can exchange the metal or the commodity and get their income. Okay, so mostly what most advisors will tell you that if you want to invest for the future, buy a metal, buy a precious metal such as gold, silver, platinum. Yeah, those kind of metals have increase in value over time, especially gold. When there's crisis, gold will become the medium of exchange because it has been since the millennia. Since the medieval times, gold has been the source of barter trade and exchange of goods and services. The second on the list is silver. So when this system is being put in place, people's accounts that are in the banks are going to be frozen because the central bank will now have to destabilize all the system, implement their new system, and give restrictions on how to access the system. So it's going to cause a lot of panic on a global scale. So guys, you need to prepare for it. Okay, you need to prepare for it. So if you have any fortune that you want to keep for generational use, it's either you buy a precious metal and lock it in a vault. Okay, keep it in a vault, save it in a vault. Even mostly the banks are not even safe. I'm not trying to say the bank is not a good place to save, but when those times which trying to even access your commodity will become a problem, you have to pass through certain processes. So yeah, it's up to you what to do and keep your commodity safe. So that's just by the way. Okay. So moving back to our analysis, we can 90% sure says that when the market opens, you're going to expect a downtrend that will start from this side and move to this side. So with the risk to reward ratio, we have 5.18. So yeah, and our stop ratio is 0.1%. So this tells a lot. Yeah, it's really good to have this setup. Okay, so now let's move on to our favorite pair. So what do you think will be our favorite pair? Okay, let's check BTC USD. Yeah, so I remember the last time we tackled this, I was expecting it to move, but it came to take out liquidity. So yeah, we are still on a 1 hour time frame. For the meantime, I will take a long position over here. Yeah, I will take a long position because based on the market structure, based on the market structure, it tells us a lot. I think the last time we predicted that we would take our trade from this side and enter here. So this was as a result of news on Friday. Yeah, that's why there was a sharp increase. Okay, so we should be expecting based on the power of price action. You should be expecting a higher move to this side. Okay, Bitcoin is testing the waters. Yeah, it's testing the waters. So a lot has to be taken in place when trading this pair. Okay, so we need to also focus on that. Okay, so here's our medium term analysis on BTC and what you should be expecting next week. Okay, so and what do you think? Which pair should we go on? Let's just try where's this HF and see what is over there too. So, okay, okay. So, yeah, with this pair, I think we are entering into the exhaustion mode. Okay, we are entering to exhaustion mode, and the market is consolidating at this side. So, I don't know what you should expect. If the market drags itself, if the market drags itself to this side, then you should be expecting down momentum. Okay, so we are expecting the market to hit this side. If the candle is also able to cover this area, okay, then it means the market has been able to adjust itself to what we really want. So yeah, so for this trade, in the you mark your zones when the candles hits this area. Let me push this one here. Yeah. When the candle comes to hit this area, then to continue its downtrend. Okay, but also if it doesn't continue and it also push toward this side, then it means it took its zone from this side. It took the zone from this side and it's continuing on its trend. So there are two things. If you want to enter this trade and you're not sure, you can decide to wait for the candlestick to hit around this area and you enter again, or you continue the trend as it moves to the downside. Okay, so with USD Swiss franc, that's the forecast that we have today. Okay, so yeah, and let's move on to another pair that we normally have to also check that. And let's check Apple. Let's go to stock and check Apple. So Apple Incorporation. Okay, so straightforward. Based on what you see, stocks are much very easier to trade because normally, yeah, normally people there's low liquidity or low market push at this side. So mostly people don't trade stocks regularly as we normally trade currencies. Okay, so based on this, I think the market is going to continue its bullish momentum. Yeah, although the state of the economy in the United States is currently not favorable, but it's favorable for the companies. Okay, so or the SP 500 companies or the manufacturing companies in America. So you should be expecting a lot, and this week is going to have more of opportunities. So utilize this chart analysis, do your own confirmation, and enter the trades. Okay, so yeah, and if you have any question or if you have any doubt, you can just make sure you put it in the comment box so that we attend to you. We are all learning from each other. Okay. I will not come out and say my strategy or my way of trading is 100% secure, it's 100% correct. No way. Market or trading Forex is a continuous process. Let's say CPD, continuous professional development. As you keep on, you master those skills. Okay, you master. And whatever that you do, don't stop learning. Don't stop learning. Okay, because the market is dynamic. is dynamic in such a way that it repeats patterns over and over and over again. And the market works on an algorithm. If you're able to know this algorithm and understand where the market is moving, you don't have to even doubt when you're doing your analysis. That's a confidence level that you can reach up to. When you're making your analysis, you have confidence that this are the parameters that you are basing on to make your move. So it tells you how matured you are in the forex trading. And as a trader, you should be expecting losses too. Okay, market may not favor you. Yeah. And as I said in the previous video, if you based on your strategy that you found which works on certain days, you try it first time, second time, it doesn't work. Just stop and relax and see how the market is faring before you enter. Mostly, it is not advisable for traders to do revenge trading. Revenge trading mostly will hurt you. Yeah. So this is something small that I will say today, and make sure you share this video to your friend who is a beginner or who is also learn or someone who doesn't know anything at all in forex. Let them know. Okay, share this channel. Let them like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, so have a nice day. And my name is Michael, and see you next time. It's Skynet Bank Forex.